All right. Thank you all for coming. We will now open up the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. It is 6:37. And we will start with a roll call. Mike Yancho is not here. Debbie Honay?
Here.
Ryan Thompson, I'm here. Ronald Eaton is not here. Jay Johnson?
Yep, I'm here.
And Paul Bush?
I hope so.
All right, let's rise for a quick pledge of allegiance. Jay, you good?
Yeah, sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I appreciate everybody. Looking for approval of the agenda. Is there any changes before we do that?
None.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bush, support by Mr. Johnson. The agenda is approved. Looking for the approval of the meeting minutes from our last meeting. They should be in your packets from October 2025. So it's been a while. Any updates there for anybody?
Nope. I'll make a motion to approve agenda or minutes as presented.
Motion by Mrs. Honay,
Support.
support by Mr. Johnson. All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Moving on. I mentioned during the break, the public comment cards, these are kind of new. Just fill one out if you do want to speak. That way we've got your name and address. That way it's on file that Jeremy can take. But I only got one. So, but we'll take you up anytime you want to come up. Correspondences.
You gotta open and close the public comment, Mr. Chairman.
Oh,
This
I'm
public
sorry.
comment period is for anything outside of the ZBA case that we will have later.
I apologize. Yep. So we'll have public comments that's not associated with the agenda items. Anybody? No. I didn't figure. All right. Motion to close.
So moved.
Support. Bush and Johnson. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Correspondence. Sorry, I jumped.
You're good.
All right. We get, okay. Old business, seeing none. New business. Zoning Board of Appeals, case 26001, Eunice Drive, parcel number 12134000023. Public hearing for a variance request. The applicant is requesting a variance to reduce the required minimum lot width for 3 large separate parcels only. The application is for 66 feet, or 100 feet is required. Jeremy, do you want to go into your?
You wanna have the applicant go first and then I'll get.
Yeah, that's fine, then you'll follow through it. All right, if the applicant is here, can they?
Good evening, Chuck Sakrinas. I own S7 Holdings. We're the ones that own the property at Deer Run, the 74 acres that abuts Deer Run in Pine Hollow. My address is 418 Woodbridge, Grand Blanc, in case you want to know.
Appreciate it.
I've owned it for quite a while. We were looking at originally putting our house in the middle of it. Plans have changed as my kids get older and my wife has other ideas, so we decided to possibly develop it. And that became a mess a year and a half or so ago, and after further discussions, we decided, we'll go back to what we would want is the large parcels. So we have 3 access streets that was supposed to be access for a subdivision, even though, I'll back up a step, my parcel has nothing to do with Deer Run. It was determined in court, we are not part of Deer Run. So public streets, public sewer, public water, no part of Deer Run. So we have full access no matter what. With these parcels, what it is usually when you say you're going to go out and find a parcel of land, it's got large acreage and it's got an access to it. Most of those parcels are set up to leave you 100 foot of frontage at the road. This, way back when the developers came in, not me, decided, well, it's going to be a street. They made them all 66 feet, which Genesee County Road Commission, Genesee County Water and Waste, everybody wants 66 feet. It would have been extended. The smart thing would have been to make sure it was 100 feet and still left the 66-foot access, and you have extra land on each side for trees and stuff to plant. That's not the way this thing went down. It's kind of a backwards, the way they did it way back when. All we're asking for is to take that road frontage, which would be 100 feet, to just make it 66 feet, or whatever. It's just going to be for a drive. 3 houses, 3 parcels, will never be developed into a subdivision. So whatever you hear from here on out, that they're going to go split it, they're going to put it back together, they'd have to tear their houses down to make it happen. So 99.99% positive, this will never, ever happen. They have all the utilities there at the end of each stub to access their house and all that. Let's see what else. The option, and I've talked to Jeremy about it before, somebody could take, and if you denied this, go put in a cul-de-sac at $50,000 a cul-de-sac to bring one driveway off of it. But then that gives the people the ability down the road to say, well, I've got 100 feet for 3 more, I'm going to divide up my property now, and I say, you're dealing with others that may not want that. So we've set this up to give people the ability to have estate-sized lots. I have 3 clients right now that have already spoken for all 3, for them to put 1 house for each one on each one. So I'll
Okay.
turn it over to Jeremy and you guys, and if you got any questions.
Any questions real quick from the desk? Not yet.
The only thing I had is it possible to show the site plan up on a screen?
I've got, I don't have my laptop with me. There's copies over by the agendas for everybody if they need one.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want me to do my report first, or do you want to read off the emails from the people that are against this request first?
Do we have to read those into the record or something?
Well, we need to do that for the public hearing, so let me give my report first, and then we'll go.
Okay.
So this is case number 26-001, vacant land in Deer Run Farms for S7 Holdings LLC. It's R1 Single Family Residential with an ROS Residential Open Space Overlay over top. Parcel number 12-13-400-023. Subject property is 73.97 acres of vacant land in the Deer Run subdivision. Zoning surrounding the property is R1 Single Family ROS and R1 to the south. Applicant is requesting to reduce the required frontage of 100 feet at the end of all 3 of the deadhead into the property and reduce them down to 66 feet for the purpose of splitting the acreage into 3 separate large parcels. Township has allowed similar parcels to be split off and built on in the areas of the township. In your maps that you were provided, there was a section off Brent Hill Drive where 2 similar properties were allowed. So that's the random picture, or the random map that you have. Looks like this.
Oh, yeah.
This one, excuse me, was allowed to be, it's in similar fashion where dead-end roads were turned into driveways, and then larger homes were built farther off the main road of Brent Hill. Applicant is seeking to reduce the required front foot to 66 feet. Standards for considering a variance: practical difficulty, unique situation, not self-created, substantial justice, minimum variance necessary, and compliance with other laws. This covers all 5 of those. Planning and Zoning Department, we recommend approval for this case based on the following items. The township has allowed similar parcels to be split in the past, similar to the applicant's request. The variance meets the spirit and intent of the ordinance, and the variance does not create any harm to the surrounding properties.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Now, how do you want me, sorry, guys, I'm a new chairperson here. Debbie, I took over for Debbie. I moved over 1 chair, but, so do you want me to read these, or just, do I have to say the names, addresses, and?
I would just, you don't need to read them in.
Some of them are not short.
Yeah, you just read the name, they're all against it, so you can just read the name, address, and that they're against it.
Okay.
One thing to add, the reason for the conference beforehand, confirming with township attorney the required 66 feet is correct. In a site condo, they do not own to the edge of the road. They own a building envelope. The rest of the area is common area for the subdivision. So there might be talk of that in the public hearing comment. So just so you're aware, what is being requested is right. The 66 feet is correct. Mr. Sekrenis also has easements that allow each of these parcels that would butt up to the road or the road that was going to be. He has easements for those people, so they have access easements into their properties.
Okay.
The existing homes that are on the sub streets, there are ingress, egress easements to get to their house.
Oh, I got you. On the little fingers. Okay, all right. All right, so we did receive some emails. We've got a very long one that is against it from Carl 24. Hope I didn't mess up the name. 7272 Eunice Drive, Grand Blanc, Michigan. We also got another one, again, also against it from Sherry Floor. From 9312 St. Andrews Drive. We got another one also against it from Julie Hargrove at 3352 Pine Villa Court. Next one, we also got another negative one, Cynthia Francisco. There is no address to that one, unfortunately. Yeah, and I got one that wanted to withdraw the objection to the project.
Originally, Lynn Lebec was against it. She has since, after talking with her and showing her the survey, she is withdrawing her request for objection.
Okay, so now she's in support of the project.
Correct.
Lynn Lieback, 6294 Patricia Drive, Grand Blanc. All right, so those are the emails that we received. You want to bring it back up to here, Paul, or Mr. Bush? Yep.
Okay, thank you,
Sure.
Mr. Chairman. I just, since we read those into the minutes, the four objections, I know we didn't read them verbatim, but just so everybody knows, I've read them verbatim, and all of them say these people think there's going to be more than one house. They think that the lots are going to be split, and there's going to be like 70 houses. And if you'd like to read them, I have them here for you. But just so everybody knows, they're objected to the property, but I don't think they truly understand what we're asking, what the applicant's asking for. They all think that there's more than one house. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman, one addition to that, everybody that sent in emails for objection or for it were provided a copy of the survey, so they knew exactly what was going on.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure if anybody had any questions or objections, they knew exactly what they were objecting to. All of our packet was online about a week ago, so hopefully everybody that's here today understands exactly what is being done today.
And they all live in the neighborhood, I assume,
Yep.
in a neighborhood with many houses in it.
Correct.
Okay. Because some of them reference not putting more houses on it, but they live in a neighborhood with a lot of houses in it. So kind of a weird assessment, but they don't, they're not in the neighborhood? No. Interesting.
Anybody
I don't live with,
Anybody can object to anything, it gets put in the paper, it gets.
yes,
later footnotes.
so that anybody can comment, but that was my always concern is I'd like to make sure all those people commenting do live and are affected by any changes that we do consider. All right, back to us then. Anybody else with questions, comments, thoughts? Before I open up to open comment? Or everyone wait till after? Wait till after?
Yeah.
All right,
I wanna hear what-
let's open it to some open comments. I've got one. I got Peter Dowd from 6331 Patricia Drive. All right, come on up.
Okay. My name is Peter Dowd. I reside at 6331 Patricia Drive in Grand Blanc Township. My residence is in the Deer Run site condos and adjacent to the property owned by the S7 Company, which is the subject of this hearing. I'm also a member of the Deer Run Homeowners Association, but I don't represent the Homeowners Association. I'm only expressing my personal thoughts on this matter. S7's property has access by roads that run through the Deer Run subdivision. Since S7 has owned the property has been the subject of a zoning board of appeals meeting on June 22, 2021, and a planning commission meeting of December 5, 2024. I want to make clear that I do not personally oppose the requested variances. In many ways, it may be the best outcomes possible for this property. The history of the S7 property reflects poor planning actions taken by the township and county, and we all live with the effects of these actions. I do want to point out that the end of the existing streets S7 is claiming as lot frontage are approximately 33 feet wide from curb to curb. To get to a 66 feet frontage, S7 claims it owns approximately 16 feet of frontage on either side of each street. This additional frontage, in my opinion at least, is already recorded by Grand Blanc Township in Genesee County as owned by the adjacent lot parcels in Deer Run Farm subdivision. Giving such frontage to the new parcels S7 wants to create, which may be legally permissible, will also make these prior recorded lots in Deer Run as non-conforming. If you approve what S7 requests, you are setting up title nightmares for the parcel owners, particularly when they try to sell their properties. When you have the opportunity to question Mr. Socrates, ask him, one, to outline how he defines the 66 feet of frontage for each parcel, and two, whether his definition of frontage impinges on any existing lots within the Deer Run Farm subdivision. Once you have his answers, you may see my concerns. At the last Zoning Board of Appeals meeting of June 22, 2021, it was noted that S7 needed to provide the Deer Run property owners easements from the streets S7 apparently owns. This was never done. The current variance requests pose even bigger problems for all the property holders who are involved. I'm not one of them. I'm separated by at least one parcel from from the S7 property. I think you should solve these legal problems as you're dealing with the zoning variance rather than let them fester or, for example, new owners if there's already buyers for the S7 property. My final comment is that even if you grant the variances tonight, they may never be effectuated. There has been a prior variance hearing that didn't get recorded. I hope if you approve these variances that they apply only to the parcel splits proposed today and will not apply if further subdivision of the property is proposed. And I appreciate the opportunity to comment.
I appreciate it, Peter. Thank you. Anybody else want to speak, or do you want to answer some
Let everybody go
thoughts?
through. Yep.
Anybody else want to come up and chat? Questions? Seeing none?
Do we want to give the applicant a chance
Do you want
to?
to respond to some of
Yep.
those questions, I guess?
So what he's referring to, way back when we originally bought it, we thought the desired drive, because the property had technically goes out to the curve, almost to Eunice and whatever, Jerry, I don't even remember the name of the street anymore, but
Andrea?
we always thought there wasn't, and I told Jeremy back then, if there wasn't, we would always grant an easement for everyone to be able to get to it. When the civil engineer did these drawings, he reassured me that there are ingress, egress easements to every single house up to that, my property, that widens out. So even though we technically own just a little bit of the street area, there are ingress, egress easements. Genesee County Road Commission, Drain Commission, all those WWS departments, especially the road commission, will not let you do a 33 feet ever. It's always 66-foot minimum. None of these people own to the curb. Never has been ever in my life. And I've developed 12 subdivisions at least by now. They own roughly the back of the sidewalk to their house is what their lot is. Sidewalks aren't even on their property. That's in a right-of-way. Sanitary sewer, if you go out and see Consumers or AT&T, any type of utilities, they're in an easement, in the right-of-way, not people's property. So that's an error on that person's part. So yes, we have 66 feet. We have easements to get everybody in and out, and it will not be a subdivision.
Okay. And I guess my question is, that's we're talking about the three fingers, the one on Andrea, Eunice, both of them, the little stubs, as our survey says, that's what he owns, and there are easements on that,
Yes.
and we know that, we've verified that.
So
That's
my,
filed with the county, right?
my recommendation as part of, if this gets approved regardless, that Mr. Sekrenis provide those easements either to me or to the homeowners or both, in order that we make sure that this issue has been cleared up.
Yeah. I think there's a simple, that's a request, I mean, it's all public information, any public.
Right, but this is, we want to make sure everything's crystal clear going forward, so I would like to have those as part of this variance and for documentation going forward.
But even if they don't exist,
If they don't exist,
doesn't really, he still owns the property, from my understanding.
then in my opinion, he should be required to provide that to those, because otherwise they don't have access to their homes.
Right.
So
But-
he's saying he has them,
Yep.
and I have reason to believe that. But if there isn't any, let's just say there may be one or two missing, that should be something that wherever they connect on these and touch on these stub roads, they should have to be provided. And
There's nothing to be landlocked.
Mr. Sekrenis says, correct me if I'm wrong,
Where it shows us there's ingress, egress easements.
and if there aren't, you're willing to provide them.
I'll deliver everything to Jeremy within the next couple of days.
All right, Mr. Bush?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, just on the site plan, at the three stubs, the note reads, ingress egress easement as recorded, document number 2006-002-0210, Genesee County Road Commission. So there's a document number that's accessible, I guess, for you, for us, for anybody that wants to, dig into that. That is your document number that's recorded by the county. Right.
Yeah, so I mean, seems like it's,
We should get it.
for sure.
Yep.
All right, anybody else with any, Ms. Honay?
Question, thank you. And I'm not sure if this should be directed to you, Mr. Smith, but let's take a look at that Andrea Court. So that little bump out that is going, in front of other people's property, why is it that it is like that and not just straight across? Why it's just part of this parcel, the way that it was,
Left.
okay,
The way it was left, had this have been done under my watch, I don't know why it was ever left like this. There should have been enough road frontage to make sure that we wouldn't be sitting here today.
exactly.
There should have been 100 feet left. There should have been less lots. There should have been something to provide to make sure that there was at a minimum 100 foot of frontage at the end of each one of those stub roads to make sure that we never have an issue like this ever again.
Well, even the fact that you've got the little stubs up there, so somebody else owned property in front of other people's property.
Right.
And that, to me, so that's the way that it was written when this was platted.
That was the legal description that was written when this was left the way it was, yes.
Okay.
I think what happened, when they were developing back then, they don't think of the future. Well, they kind of do. It's all gonna get developed. They didn't care. That never happened.
Yeah.
So now you're left with a little bit of a situation that we're all trying to resolve.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. It's just like
It doesn't.
mind-boggling why somebody would have
I've never seen anything like this in my 20 years of doing this.
Mr. Bush, did you have something to add to that?
Chairman, you're all right with it?
Yeah, go, Brett.
No, I was just going to add, I see it a little different. When this was developed, those stubs were developed for a road, not for a house.
Correct.
So if that road went in, the way the plan originally was thought by the original developers, he planned on having 80 houses back there.
I understand.
And those were gonna be roads. So that's why, and, you know, and then the economy, you know, took a dump, and that's why he didn't finish the project.
And the way
that a lot.
the way it should have been done is it should have been not jutted out, it should have been inset into the property in order
Been done
to
different.
Exactly.
cover that.
But the
Exactly.
reason that's there is for roads. period.
Exactly. And unfortunately, we are where we are
Right.
today with what we have in front of us.
Right.
Who knows why it was ever done or allowed like that? That was way before any of us were dealing with this.
Personally, 3 houses opposed to 80, I kind of like that myself.
Any other thoughts, Mr. Johnson? Anything?
I mean, it's not a great situation that they left us. This seems to rectify it. Everybody gets their easement, everybody gets access to their property. Yeah,
And we have so much needed green space.
And we're following just, I'm building code, all lot division, all that, this all meets all that.
Does.
Okay. If there are no more thoughts or questions, we can entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion to approve the variance for case number 26-001, allowing the applicant to, well, essentially approve the variance with, can I do stipulations?
Yes, that's what I was just going to make sure you asked.
So the stipulations would be that the applicant provides the variance to the township for those homes.
The easements.
Easement, I'm sorry, easement to the homes for access. Okay.
All right, so motion by Mr. Johnson. Anybody want to support it?
I would add to that if I can. Do we need support first? I'll support and then we can have discussion? Okay. I would say also as presented with 3 parcels. That's
Yes,
okay?
Yes, okay.
And then also that 66-foot wide areas that is not to be developed. No houses, no nothing go into that 66-foot wide area.
They want long driveways. and
Just driveways,
houses to-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's for a driveway, I
Right.
would assume.
I like that.
You're okay, Mr. Johnson, with That-
Yes, that's fine with me.
addition?
Yeah.
All right. All's in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Passes 4-0. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Thanks for working with Mr. Smith and continue to do so.
Yeah.
All right. Any committee reports?
We'll probably have, I believe we'll have either next month or the following month, we'll have another ZBA case. We have a fence variance in the front yard of a property. It's a large estate lot on a main road. They're looking to be able to place their security fence, wrought iron fence at the road where the house sits far back off the road. The rule for fences is you gotta,
Hey, guys, if you're happy to stick around and chat, but can you guys do it in the lobby so we can finish the meeting?
Mr. Dowd,
Yep.
we're
We're still live.
if you could.
So we're happy you're still here, but if you want to chat in the lobby, that'd be great. Thanks. The mics are picking it all up. Yep.
The fence requirements can't go in front of the home, so that's why the location will be a variance for it.
Okay.
So other than that, that's all I have.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
Support.
Or
Or motion.
motion?
Support.
When Ms. Monet supports it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, meeting adjourned at 7:06.
6, yep.